Hello and welcome back to Project Luxury. Rail mega projects are redefining global transportation, pushing the boundaries of engineering and innovation. As cities expand and populations grow, these colossal undertakings promise to revolutionize connectivity, economic growth, and urban development. Join us as we delve into the five of the world's most impressive and expensive rail mega projects currently under construction, each representing a leap forward in the quest for faster, more efficient, and sustainable travel. 5. Tel Aviv Metro, Israel, US $40 billion. The Tel Aviv Metro, set to be Israel's costliest infrastructure venture, is about 150 billion shekels and will feature three lines spanning a total of 150 kilometers. NTA Metropolitan Mass Transit System, tasked with designing and building Tel Aviv's mass transit system, is soon to announce the winners of the bidding process for overseeing the metro project, with construction anticipated to begin in 2024. This metro will intersect with various public transport systems, including the light rail, Israel Rail, and buses. The M1 line, 85 kilometers in length, will link the northern and southern areas to Tel Aviv's employment and trade hubs. The M2 line, stretching 26 kilometers, will connect the eastern regions to central and southern Tel Aviv. The M3 line, 39 kilometers long, will link employment centers on the metropolitan inner ring border. The initial sections of the metro system are projected to become operational in 2032. 4. Grand Paris Express, France, 48 billion. The Grand Paris Express, Europe's largest transport infrastructure project, will effectively double the size of the Paris Metro upon completion. This project aims to better integrate Paris with its airports, science hubs, and suburban areas by constructing 4 new lines, 68 new stations, and a 14-kilometer viaduct. Tunneling began in 2018, and the first segment, an extension of Metro Line 14, is scheduled to open in 2024, just in time for the Paris Olympics. The 4 new lines are expected to become operational between 2025 and 2030. The project is divided into multiple contracts involving some of Europe's leading contractors, including French firms Bouygues, Eiffage, and Vinci, Swiss company Implenia, Spanish contractor Ferrovial, Italian company WeBuild, and Dutch firm BAM. Earlier this summer, Vinci secured the first design-build contract for the project, a $2.7 billion deal to construct the initial section of Line 15 West. This contract includes the complete design and construction of 14 kilometers of tunnels, 5 stations, a rear station at Nanterre-La-Folie, and 16 service structures. 3. Chuo Shinkansen, Japan, 64.4 billion. The Chuo Shinkansen project involves constructing a 286-kilometer high-speed superconducting maglev rail between Tokyo and Nagoya in Japan, with plans to eventually extend it to Osaka. Currently, the high-speed Tokaido Shinkansen operates along the coast between Tokyo, Nagoya, and Osaka. The new inland route will serve the same cities at speeds of up to 500 kilometers an hour and significantly reducing travel time. Almost 90% of the new line will be constructed through tunnels or underground. The project builds on the existing Yamanashi test track, originally established for maglev research and development in the 1970s. Construction has commenced on several tunnels, including a 25-kilometer tunnel under the southern Japanese Alps, expected to be Japan's deepest tunnel, and a 7-kilometer segment in Yamanashi and Shizuoka, initially slated for completion by 2025, with the Tokyo to Nagoya section opening in 2027. However, the president of Central Japan Railway, or JR Tokai, announced earlier this year that the line is unlikely to open in 2027 as planned. The project has faced challenges such as allegations of bid rigging among contractors, environmental protests, and delays caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. There are also concerns that the construction might affect water flow in the Oi River. The extension from the Nagoya to Osaka, initially planned for completion by 2045, has been moved up to 2037 and is currently undergoing environmental assessment. Major contractors including Taisei, Kaijima Obayashi, and Shimizu are leading joint ventures to carry out various work packages on the Tokyo-Nagoya section of the line. 2. High Speed 2 HS2, UK 122 billion. Britain's second high-speed rail line, HS2, is currently under construction but is experiencing a budget overrun and delays. The first phase, connecting London to Birmingham, is in peak construction and is expected to be completed between 2029 and 2033. Construction of Phase 2A, which extends from the West Midlands to Crewe, has been postponed for 2 years to cut costs. Phase 2B, from Crewe to Manchester, might now be delayed until 2035 to 2041. Due to budget overruns, UK Transport Secretary Mark Harper announced in March that work on the London terminal at Euston would be paused for 2 years, with costs escalating to $4.8 billion from an initial $2.6 billion. Nonetheless, the government remains committed to completing HS2 from Euston to Manchester. As a result, Old Oak Common will be HS2's sole London station, which serves to and from Birmingham's Commons. In June 2013, projected costs for HS2 were estimated at $42.6 billion, with an additional $7.5 billion allocated for rolling stock. By 2020, the estimated cost has surged to $98 billion. The four main contractor groups working on HS2 are SCS JV, Align JV, and EKFB. Regarding project progress, two tunnel boring machines have completed 75% of the Chiltern Tunnel excavations, overseen by Align JV. In London, SCS JV has excavated the first 1.6 kilometers of the 13.5 kilometer North Old Tunnel linking Old Oak Common to West Ruislip, with completion anticipated in 2025. Additionally, two more TBMs are scheduled to launch from Victoria Road Crossover Box in Ealing, West London in winter 2024. 1. California High-Speed Rail, USA, US $128 billion. This controversial California high-speed rail project saw construction begin in 2015 for the first section of the line that eventually supposed to run at speeds of up to 350 kilometers from San Francisco to Los Angeles. The California High-Speed Rail Authority is currently overseeing the construction of the 119-mile Central Valley line, due to completion by 2020, and it has set an extension of that line to the full 171-mile Merced-Bakersfield segment as its highest priority, with a target of passenger services starting by 2030 to 33. But rising costs and delays have placed a question mark over whether the full length of the line will ever be completed. Recent estimates put the cost of the full project at $128 billion. It was initially estimated in 2008 that the project would cost $33 billion. As far as work on the Central Valley section is concerned, contractor Tudor Perini is leading work on Construction Package 1, comprising 51 kilometers of line from Avenue 17 north of Madera to East American Avenue south of Fresno, scheduled for completion by the end of 2025. A joint venture between contractors Dragados and Flatiron hold $1.23 billion contracts to build the Central Valley section of the high-speed line, which runs for 97 kilometers. And California Rail Builders, a joint venture between Ferrovio Agriman West and Griffith Company, took responsibility for building CP4, a 35-kilometer run of line adjoining the end of CP2 to 3 to the intersection of Poplar and Madera northwest of Shafter. Construction was due to complete in August this year. In August this year, the California High-Speed Rail Authority released a request for qualifications to the industry for 220-mile-per-hour electrified high-speed train sets. It said it had also started to work to extend the 119-mile Central Valley section to 171 miles from Merced to Bakersfield. As we marvel at the ongoing rail projects shaping the future of transportation, it's important to keep an eye on other groundbreaking initiatives poised to make their mark. These potential projects, still in planning on early development stages, promise to push the boundaries of what's possible and redefine how we think about travel and connectivity. One such initiative is the Hyperloop, a high-speed transport system that aims to transport passengers in pressurized pods through low-pressure tubes at speeds exceeding 1,000 kilometers an hour. Companies like Virgin Hyperloop and Elon Musk's The Boring Company are making significant strides towards turning this futuristic concept into a reality, with test tracks and prototype pods already in development. Another project to watch is the expansion of high-speed rail networks in Southeast Asia. Countries like Indonesia, Thailand, and Vietnam are planning an extensive rail system to connect major cities and enhance regional trade and tourism. These projects will not only reduce travel times, but also contribute to economic growth and development across the region. In Africa, the African Union's Agenda 2063 includes ambitious plans for a high-speed rail network that will connect all major cities on the continent. This visionary project aims to boost intra-African trade, improve mobility, and foster economic integration, transforming the continent's infrastructure landscape. Lastly, the Arctic Railway, a proposed rail link between Finland and Norway, seeks to connect the Arctic Ocean to the rest of Europe. This project would facilitate the transport of goods and resources from the Arctic region, opening new trade routes and opportunities. These potential projects represent just a glimpse of what the future holds for rail transportation. As technology advances and the demand for efficient, sustainable travel solutions grows, we can expect even more innovative and transformative rail initiatives to emerge, shaping the way we move and connect in the 21st century and beyond.